Hello everyone. So today I have finally decided to show you my craft room. Because I did the Fly Ladies 21 Fling Boogie, I was inspired to just tidy up the rest of my room. And I'm very pleased. It's still not perfect, but like I've told you guys, I think I have a disorder, which is my perfectionism. Perfectionism for me is not being very organized, because I'm not, but perfectionism for me is that I want to do everything perfect, and so I tend to not do anything because I can't do it perfectly. So I've decided to let that go, because that quote that I heard, that I've shared with you, perfectionism is another form of procrastination, and I don't want to procrastinate, so I'm just doing it. And I feel good today. I've accomplished something that I can share and that I'm proud of. Like I said, it is not perfect, but it's good enough. So without further ado, let me show you my craft room. Hello everybody, welcome to my scrap room. I threw away some things in my craft room. It inspired me to continue cleaning it, and it's not perfect, and I'm trying to let go of my perfectionism. I am not a very organized person, but when I do something, I like to do it perfectly, and that tends to prevent me from sharing things that I would like to share. So I'm letting it go, and I am going to show you my scrap room. And because I've cleaned out my craft room, it's worth looking at, I guess. Just so to note, as you see, it's still not perfect. I have a pile here. The plastic bag is another collection of things that I am flinging out or throwing out, and I wanted to collect some items so that I can share it with you again. So first, I think what we'll do is do a 360 pan of my room. So there is my desk and a bookcase that I hung on the wall, and my slat wall, and my expedite that I got from IKEA. Things I still have to file, paperwork. That's my Creative Memories Embellishment Center. So that is my room. And then this here is my desk. So I think the first thing we'll start off with, just so that you guys know too, I have taped this a few times and edited the video, but when I downloaded it on YouTube, and sometimes you know how long that can take, the video just wasn't clear enough, and so I'm redoing it for you. So this here is my wrapping center, and I love this cart because it keeps everything contained and well organized. So when I need to wrap a gift, or if I need to do anything with a present, it's all here. So in the back, against the wall here, I store those paper bags, and I have way too many, and I'm going to have to throw some out. So that's there, and then I have some ribbon and my wrapping paper all in here, along with my clear vellum sheets, or acetate sheets, or I don't know what these are called, but for wrapping presents. This here is it's some floral picks that I got from the dollar store, and my Scotch tape holder. I'm temporarily storing my big kick here, and curling ribbon. This container here has nothing in it, but I plan to do some homemade cards and store them in there, so that when we have a gift or some sort of card that's needed, I'll have a supply here. You would think I would have a lot already because I craft, but Card making, I just haven't really been into it too much, and when I do make a card, it goes so quickly. So, 2 labelers. In here is where I store my bows. I have an extra curling ribbon that I have to figure out what to do with. In here is just tissue and some folded wrapping paper. So that is my gift wrapping center. And then on this, oh, I guess I should show you this. This here are some picture frames that I created with some designer 12 by 12 paper, and the center is just some rub-ons that I got from Michael's. So that's that. And then I got this at the thrift store. I was so excited when I found it because I thought I could store my ink pads on it or in it, and unfortunately it hasn't really worked out that way. Some of my ink pads are just too thick to fit in here, and it's just not working out for me, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get rid of it and get another embellishment center, or I'm not too sure yet. It does hold ribbon, and so that's okay there, but I don't have tons of this thin ribbon that I need all this to hold all of it. So I might get rid of this, I'm not too sure. I have copied a lot of you ladies that have used the IKEA towel holder as a place to store your punches. I love that. I have a few more of these, and maybe when I push my desk to this wall I might add a few more rails. And my Creative Memories Embellishment Center, I store some crafts that I've done, buttons, punches, flowers, paper flowers, more punches. This here is my giveaway that I had at my wedding, and that was about almost 22 years ago, so it's crazy how fast time flies. These mini albums were from the Paper Pantry, ones that I joined. A card that someone made. I love this card. My daughter gave it to me quite a long time ago for Mother's Day. I think when she was in grade 6, and she's in grade 10 now. More ribbon. And underneath here is my filing system for paper packs and paper. I've done a video on that, so I'm not going to go into too much detail since I have a video and you can check that out. I have a file for paper in here. More storage that I can still use. Okay, so I guess what we should do maybe is turn this way, and let me go through my slat wall first. So this here is my slat wall, and I have my expedite inside. It used to be a closet, and I took the doors out. My mother calls it my store. She thinks it looks like a craft store. And let's just go through the top here. So I have a carrying case for cropping if you were to go somewhere. I've never used it. I've never cropped anywhere else except in my room. I'd like to experience that, but I don't know that many crafters that scrapbook, so I've never done that before. Box where my camera, that I don't know why I keep it, just in case I need it for some reason. Photos, clear plastic boxes where I store seasonal things. So I have one for Christmas, one for Valentine's Day, so on and so forth. So Xyron I've never used, and picture frames that I plan to print some pictures out and put on my wall. Just haven't done that. Glue sticks, my what is that, for my Cricut, and my daughter just used it, and she just left the paper there. It kind of drives me crazy because she uses my room, and sometimes she doesn't keep it the way I'd like it to be, but I'd rather have her use it than not use it at all. My Cricut, it's a very small one, but it works for me. My Gypsy, which I have never used. My lace that I store on these old-fashioned clothespins. I like how that looks. This here is a candle that my husband bought me from Margaritaville. I think it smells like lime, and it smells really good. But you guys don't know right now because you can't smell it, but my husband is finishing or taking off some paint for a dresser that I'm using for my room, and the fumes are just so strong, so I can't even smell that candle right now. This here I got at Winners or Home Sense, and I store my mini album, some tags, and some extra wooden stamps that I have not stored away yet. Some more floral picks that I got at the dollar store. Back here is where I store my different ribbons and lace. I bind it all. And I'm not going to go into detail too much about these here, but I basically store things that I'm going to alter and notebooks. This here is where I store my, what is it called? My Nestabilities, my box for my Cricut that I use for videotaping, die cuts in here, and embossing plates. In here is just anything to do with cards that I've been given or things like that. So I store my cards in there. More die cutting things, books, and paper. I store my Cricut in there. And these are my binders. So I have stuff for, like, my Thanksgiving binder, my household notebook. I have my household manuals in there, my blog and vlog ideas, Easter, and I have a one to spare. Chipboard in here. I'm sure that a lot of you have the same thing, like tons. It's so tempting to buy it at Michael's, and I have so much of it. This here is a chipboard crib set that I bought from Bona, and I really want to do this. I want to give this out. Give this to my niece. Haven't done that yet. So, and then here is just a bunch of miscellaneous items that I use for crafting. So that is this section. And then I have my metal post-it board or posting board. And my 12 by 12 printer, love that. This bookshelf here, don't love it so much, but I just store books and binders and my coupon book right there. Another printer that scans, photocopies, and prints. And let's just see, this you guys have seen before. I've done a video on it. So I have my Tim Holtz distress inks in there. I also store, I love this thing. I need to display it better, but I got this from a swap, ATC swap. And in here I just store, you know, sponges and more ink pad. My Copic markers are here. Corner rounder, some more punches and glue. And just some wooden stamps and, you know, display stuff. This here is my Rolodex that I got, or I did with Bona and a bunch of other ladies. I love that thing. This is my desk. And I have this pegboard where I store some of these embellishments that I want to use and some extra ink cartridge. I got these at the dollar store. Each strand was $1, and these are like glass beads, so love that. I store my ATG gun like this, where I have two little handle things or whatever they are, and I just put it in like that and it stays like that, and I'm able to use it anytime I want. And then let's just go. I have disorganized designer paper that I use. And then in here, I store some more buttons, and I love these little bottles. I got them from Michael's for $5 a piece, I think a year or two ago. I love how they look. Just some miscellaneous stuff in the back there. Recollections, mini round gems. I bought this from Debbie, who is Mommy to Mario. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Deb. Something I've altered, a can I've altered that I keep my candy in. Some reference books that I use, like Martha Stewart, homekeeping or cookbooks here too. I love this Myers Clean Home. I just got that. Some Project Life page protectors and pages. Back here, let me see if I can show you. I have another storage for those scissors, and it's funny because a lot of you commented on when I was flinging my other set out that you guys would like it or to sell it on eBay. But I needed to get rid of it because it was, even if I was to sell it on eBay, it would stay in my room and I would never get it done. So I just had to get rid of it. So, and plus I had that, so no big deal. So I'm going to have to organize that after. Here is paper flowers. And this here, when I have extra paper and I have a minute, I take my floral punch and I punch them out so that I have a whole array of different ones that I can use. It saves time when I'm scrapbooking. I have my felts there and pencil crayons stored back there. And my scrapbooking binders, one for my daughter, one for my son. And then here are my little mini acrylic stamps that I get from Michael's or Joann's, and stamp images so I know what my CD cases hold, just other stamps. And I forgot to show you here, this is where I store my acrylic stamps, and I have a video on this, if you guys want more detail, just check that out. And these are the extra large CD cases, and I love this system. So that's there. And then I guess we'll go under my desk. And under my desk I have my, I guess I call it my cutter. I don't know if there's another name for it, but I love that. Some cleaning wipes for my computer, my laptop. Books I use for making paper flowers. And then projects that I'm still working on in here. So that's that. And then in here are paper flowers, and I have some silk ones back there. Love this drawer. And then in here are my feathers. So I use these Sterilite containers, and I purchased them at the dollar store. And they're perfect for holding my feathers. And then I have in here just plastic bags, and I use them for a whole array of things for crafting. And then extra ribbons here. And these little pearl beads, I like those too. And then I have the Martha Stewart, I don't know what this is called, but Mommy 24C's Paula. When I saw her buy one, I had to get one too, because she makes these really cool flowers with them. And this is where I hold my photocopy paper and photo paper, and also page protectors for Project Life and for my binders. Current magazines that I'm still reading, I store in there. This here is a laptop bag, but I usually put my coupon book in here and my coupons, and I take them to the office so that when I have a spare moment I can cut my coupons. Just extra knickknacks in here. My craft sheet. CDs on how to knit and how to crochet. Extra napkins. Extra stamps. A dictionary. In here I have my mini albums that I've created, and I think there's one there that someone made for me. I have, this is my spray box, tags and envelopes back there, and my selfie that I use to print out pictures for mini albums. Cases that I use for storing my wooden stamps. And let me just show you. I love this system. Now, this is something that I get when at Christmas time. I buy those Ferrero Rocher, and they come in this square acrylic box, and they're perfect for storing stamps. And so this usually, I don't know how many, there's usually about 24 or more Ferrero Rocher. And I take them out and put them in different containers or a candy bag, and I give them out as thank you gifts for teachers, just a small present. And then the benefit of it is I get to use them for my wooden blocks. So it's free as long as you have a purpose for the candy, right? This here, that obviously I store a bunch of embellishments that are falling all over the floor. I've got to do something better with that. So that's that. In these sets of Jetmax drawers, I have, here are all my wires. And what I do is I label these tiny little plastic bags. So this one says iPhone to USB. And the reason why there's nothing in here is because it's right there with my laptop. And I have like one for my iPad. I have a phone jack. I have camera to USB. So I store all of that there so I know where everything is. And then in here too, I have 2 earphones. I love this thing from the Container Store. And it keeps the wires nice and organized. I need to purchase another one for this one, but we don't have a Container Store here in Canada, and the closest one is in Washington State, so it's a trip to actually go there. I wish we would get a Container Store here. That would be amazing. In here is my labeler that I took from the store. I should return it, but I love this labeler because you can really detail print with this, and it doesn't run on battery. It has an adapter, so you never run out of battery life, and it's just, I love this one. Extra cartridge for the labeler, just some office stuff, and on the back there, in the back, is the ATG rolls that I have. And let's go with this one here. This here I store my small paper packs and photos. So that's that one. This one here, 8x8 paper packs and CDs. This is the Halloween and Christmas CDs. And then, and then up here, adhesive, so little square dots, glue dots, photo sticker things, glue sticks, double face tape, glue, and just different metal effects and bead gel. This is my pencil sharpener. I have these trays these little dishes. I use them when I'm doing like a mini album and it has little pieces. I can stick all my little pieces in here so I don't lose anything. And some beads back there, or I just store that there. And then in this set here, I have calculator, pads of paper, my pad for organizing my day, labels, sticky labels, and loose leaf page enforcement things, sticky notes, big sticky notes, personal checks back there, Altoids, cool colored paper clip, and stuff for couponing. Sorry, glue gun. This is for my iPod, and crocheting hooks and needles for knitting. Ink pads, embellishments, glitter. These are little glitter and just little embellishment stuff. Brads, re-inkers, and back here is like paint supply, paint things, watercolor paint, paint tray, and some cards. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, I guess no, not yet. I still have my desk to show you. Now, I love this desk. There's a couple things I don't like about it. Number one, I didn't buy this desk. This was my daughter's old desk. It came with her bedroom suite. And she didn't want it anymore, so I took it. I love it because it has that glass top, so you can see stuff underneath. I love that, but I hate it when it's messy because it just adds to the whole mess. This here pulls out. As you can see, it's been well loved, but I'm actually planning on sanding it down and painting it white. And so, okay, so there's a surface here that you can use as extra scrapping, space or surface space. And I store like, video cards or camera, what are this? Cards for your camera, tags, post-it notes, flip camera, glitter glue, stapler, and just things like that. Now, so that just rolls underneath like that. And so this here is my light that I purchased at Michael's quite a while ago. The bulb's actually gone, and I don't know where to buy a new light bulb for my light, so I'll have to figure that out. My necklace. In here is my Making Memories carousel, and I just have your regular tools in there. So this tool here I love, and it's broken, and I think it's been broken now for a couple of years, and I really need to replace this or fix it because I love this tool. It punches holes, but it punches holes anywhere on the page, so it doesn't have to be on the edge of a page, and there's different sizes for the holes, so you can do really tiny ones or big ones. Anyhow, I'm hoping that it can be fixed, but just haven't got around to fixing that. So it's only been a couple of years. I think I have to wait a few more. My tripod. Some felt pens that I use for writing with my project life. Tools here for a crocodile, I think that is. Scissors, X-Acto knife, screwdriver. I have pens, scissors, punches. And then on top here is the Recollections. I don't know what this is called. I bought it on my birthday. I got some money, and at first I told you guys I hate it. I mean, I'm starting to like it. The only thing is that it's not very sturdy. I think I'm gonna have to put like a disc underneath here so that it doesn't flop around so much. But I just put a bunch of embellishments on there, and it's handy. I can just look up from my desk and figure out what I want to do when it doesn't fall. And then inside I thought this was what's that called? Washi tape. But it's not, because it's more like the packing tape material, and I found out that washi tape is more paper like tape, so. But I still use it, it's still good. I have my little stamp for Project Life. Old credit cards that I use for, you know, spreading paint and that, and a toothbrush. Not for brushing my teeth, for crafting. Paper pad with my initial on it. Here's how I store my Project Life stuff right now. It seems to be working for me right now, so that's good. Just a bunch of decorative display. And some sticky notes. Okay, so that's my desk. And then under my desk, this here, I just folded a book and I store my photos that I want to scrapbook. Just paper flowers that I got from a swap. This here, I place on my desk, and I put my garbage in there, and then I'll dump it once I'm done. And then let's just go through the drawers in here. So first of all, these are some stickers that I have to still organize. This here is all my cards. So anything, if I want to make a card or I have to write a card, as long as I want to write it on a plain card, this is where I go. And then this here stores my packing tape. A year and a half ago, everybody and myself were like going crazy over packing tape. So I have that. This here stores my extra paint that I cannot store in my regular place that I store my paint because they're a little too big or they're just a different size. So that's extra paint. This here, actually this is something that I have to return to my son's school. It's just samples of different cards that people have made, and I'll show you the one that I did. And this is how I ruined my hole punch, my Martha Stewart hole punch. But this here, I did that, and I put a photo in the back, and just a plain paper, just a ribbon. Punch the hole in the top and just put the ribbon through. So I did that. So this is just my miscellaneous file. I have these little tie twist things, or whatever they help you tie up cords, and I use them for mini albums. I also have this. It's like a rubber band material for using for mini albums. This are paper bags that I used for that I put popcorn in for my sister-in-law's shower that I gave her. Just extra little storage containers. These rubber gloves, clothespins. So that's that. I'm gonna have to put that back there. This is where I store my paints, and I put a little dot on the top so I know what color, so when I'm looking down from my desk I can just pull out the proper color I want. This is the extra one here, and this one I got at the dollar store, and I want to get more because it's the extreme glitter. I'm not sure if I think I got this at Michael's, but I saw some at my dollar store that I wanted to get. But I didn't, because I was being good. This is my embossing powders. And I got this jewelry tray, and I was hoping that that would help, you know, keep my powders better. And this here, I think this is great for embossing powder. It's from the Michael's. There was a little clear acrylic house, and this came in with that thing, and I thought that would be perfect for the embossing powder. And then here are my glimmer myths, and I just punched. Oh, actually, I used the reinforcement things that you use for your loose leaf paper, and I just sprayed it with the color, and I put it on the top of the lid so I can see what colors they are. And my sewing machine. So that's the bottom of my desk. This here, I store my scrap paper, and I hate this thing. I'm sure a lot of you probably feel the same that have this, because it falls off its rails all the time. I don't want to get rid of it because it does store my paper quite well, but not very well made. And like I said, this is stuff for work, receipts and paper that I have to file. Still got to do that. But this is my room. I'm going to post better pictures, I guess, on my blog, which is paperdragonflymom@blogspot.com, and you can look at things on my craft room in more detail. And if you have any questions, please just comment below, and I will try my best to respond as soon as possible. Sometimes I'm really quite bad at that. You guys have to forgive me. I really do appreciate the comments. It makes my day. I just get so busy sometimes that I forget to respond, because a lot of times I will see the comment on my iPhone when I'm out. But I do appreciate it, and thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. It's a long weekend here, so it's Victoria Day, and that's why I've been able to play. I should be cleaning, but it's cleaning my house, but I've been playing and cleaning my craft room. So thanks again for watching. Bye.